Welcome to episode 32. This is Rod. This is Boomer Guitar Sessions, Nashville Acoustic Guitar. Now, this is a curiosity of mine because I'm a fan of the studio musician. If you didn't know that about me, now you do. All kinds of studio musicians, all kinds of different places. But in Nashville, what we always hear about in Nashville is all the guys like the Brett Masons of the world and all the flashy guitar licky guys. But in Nashville, you have all kinds of songs that have really sensitive acoustic guitar kind of tracks. And from what I understand, these guys, that's their specialty. They have their acoustics, and they are a breed into themselves. They are it's largely an unsung group of people because it's like we don't really know. I don't really know, and I'm sending this out into the universe. If anyone out there knows the names of the people that are playing on these records, the sensitivity and all the different artistry you do when you play acoustic guitar on a country song, put it in the description or in the comments down below. So with that said, what we're going to talk about today is what it takes, like in Nashville, acoustic guitar. This is my first try at this because I'm just brainstorming about what things would I work on if I wanted to better my abilities in this area of being more sensitive to like the ballady kind of thing and sort of within the Nashville folkish style. So with that said, what I came up with, first off, if we start with just really good rhythm, because lots of Nashville acoustic guitar is just really good, solid rhythm. Okay, like the strumming and all that. So that goes without saying. That's the base of which everything is. But lots of the Nashville acoustic guitar players, what they do is also a lot of finger style approaches. They expand the open chords and they want to make melodies within the open chords. It goes back to the Maybelle Carter lesson I had earlier. It's not just artistic enough just to play. Well, sometimes it is. Sometimes that's the song. But Nashville guys, what they are able to do is they're able to take this 4-chord progression and really neat story and melody, and they're able to make great music out of it. So what I'm hearing here is all that kind of nuancy stuff, ornamentation. You say ornamentation, we're like the ornaments of a Christmas tree. Okay, it's a G chord, C add 9 chord. You're able to dress that up and make it sound really nice. Now, you can do that with pick style, and it's not all, again, when I'm saying here, the kind of stuff that I'm going to deep dive into today is not the fancy Nashville picking, like the hot licks and all that kind of stuff. It's the sensitive guitar acoustic accompaniment comp that I think is overlooked. And anyway, so that was expanded open chords, putting some of those Maybelle Carter. All right, next, all manner of broken chording. Study all the things you can with broken chording. First thing we would study is called Travis picking. That is something completely usable in folk, in country, and songwriting kind of circles. That's a really good skill to have, really good comp in this kind of style. Now the other things we can do is like thinking in terms more like some of you guitar players out there, maybe you've studied a little bit of classical and you have some of those classical techniques in it. When I say that, it is not predictably Travis picking. It falls into some other kind of category that like the Giuliani, all the exercises that he wrote for classical guitar would be a great introduction and a completely new reframe of how we can use that stuff in modern day. The Giuliani exercises, the etudes. All right. So like that classical approach. Another thing we could do, broken chording, is think in terms of banjo rolls. Like this would be like a full. That's like a forward banjo roll. Something like kind of James Taylor-y. When I say James Taylor-y, it's just a kind of a mix mash of a lot. So something needs to be said also about the use of a capo. When you use a capo, and this is real important for live musicians as well as acoustic musicians. I had a friend that came into town and says one of the things, I live in southern Pennsylvania, one of the things that we do not do in Nashville that is done around here is we play our guitars in tune. When we put a capo on, we got to make sure our guitars are in tune. So when you put a capo on, make sure the guitar is in tune. And when you take it off, make sure it is in tune as well. And it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. You're going to have to give it a nudge. So the use of the capo, making sure that you tune the capo, trying different progressions with different frets on the capo. That can be a texture guitar. You can have a lower acoustic and a higher capoed guitar with broken chording. So with that said, also lastly with the arpeggios, this is called hybrid picking. Where we're combining a little bit of flat picking with a little bit of we have a pick in our hands, but we are also using the fingers of our fingering hand. Okay, so next thing I would do if I'm trying to better my skills in this kind of sensitive, like these are called 10th intervals. Most of us know this. like the Blackbird kind of thing. And that can be done classically, it can be done Travis picking, but throwing those into your into your open chording and broken chording and that kind of stuff. Different chord voicings. Have favorite different chord voicings. That's like a major 9. Okay, so now 10th intervals.